Today we are back in Diablo Immortal and exploring both the lore and all 6th character class skills for all of you people that may not have heard of, seen, or gone in depth with Diablo Immortal. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and we're going to start out today talking about the lore. All of this today is coming out of Wowhead and the footage from other videos that I've had on my channel already. We're going to be talking about this. I'm going to be reading this to you guys today to give you a little inside story as to where Diablo Immortal lies within the Diablo realm, so you could further understand where the story is coming from. Following that, I'm going to be bringing you guys 6 classes, showing you all of the skills so you'll know exactly what skills you're going to have, at least as of right now, from Diablo Immortal. But let's get into the lore. The lore of Diablo Immortal. Again, all coming from Wowhead, linked below. At the end of Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction, players defeat Baal, but not before the Lord of Destruction corrupted the World Stone at Mount Arreat. Originally, the demon Lilith and the angel Inarius used the World Stone to create the World of Sanctuary and protect their world from the invasion of heaven and hell. Additionally, the World Stone had the ability to dampen the power of mankind, preventing them from becoming more powerful with angels and demons. While it's speculated that the greater evils wanted to corrupt the World Stone in order to invade Sanctuary, or even to subjugate mankind at their will, Baal's corruption of the Sacred World Stone did not bode well for Sanctuary and its mortal inhabitants. As such, Tyrael, Archangel of Justice, shattered the World Stone with the blade Eldurian in an attempt to thwart the greater evil's plans. Now, 5 years after the destruction of the World Stone, the Archangel Tyrael is presumed dead and mankind is left to deal with the aftermath of his actions. Mount Arreat is nothing but under a crater, and shattered fragments of the corrupted World Stone taint the land, bringing forth ancient evils who are looking to harvest the stone's power and use it to control humanity. The demon known as Skarn, Herald of Terror, once Diablo's most powerful lieutenant, is rallying a new demonic army. Skarn intends to gather the fragments of the corrupted World Stone and use them to resurrect Diablo, reigniting the eternal conflict between angels and demons. Players will race against the forces of hell to find and destroy the World Stone fragments before they can be used against mankind. Now, the first skills we're going to be reviewing today are that of the Barbarian, which you guys are seeing on your screen right now. The first skill is Lacerate, launching 3 successive attacks on an enemy. The third attack can cause the enemy to bleed. Next up, we have Hammer of the Ancients. Slam the ground, damaging all enemies in your path, may inflict extra damage on dazed enemies. 2 charges. Chained Spear. Throw 3 deadly spears that damage enemies. Retract the spears to pull nearby enemies into melee range. Whirlwind. Spin in a fury, damaging all enemies in your path. Each attack applies a life steal effect. Furious Charge, charging forward, knocking back and dealing damage to enemies along your path, and you have 3 charges. Blood and Fury is the ultimate, empowers the Lacerate ability and increasing its attack range, repelling enemies and providing reinvigorating lifesteal with each hit. Now, let's move on and check out the Crusader. Next up, we have the Crusader, and on the screen you could actually see the skills being displayed, starting with Blessed Shield. By the way, this footage right here is actually coming from BlizzCon 2018, so it's a little bit older footage. It's been very difficult to find footage of the Crusader and of the Necromancer, so the Blessed Shield is being displayed right here. Following that up with Sweep Attack. Now, one that was skipped and doesn't seem to be shown in this gameplay is Divine Speed. It may be shown a little bit later in this gameplay, but this sweep attack is one that was definitely listed on the website, seeing it demonstrated right now. Following up, we have Falling Sword, which is really nice because you see a sword falling from the sky and taking out, impaling any enemies underneath. And two more that were not mentioned were Throw, to pick up random monsters and toss them, and the ultimate, which is an unknown name, empowers the basic attack ability. So lots to be thought about, and well, we'll have to figure that out later on. The next class skills we're focusing on today are that of the Demon Hunter. And again, not much of a definition, not much said about these skills, but we do have 4 terms and then 1 more in-depth description. The first skill is the crossbow shot. Then we have the strafe. Then we have the daring swing, followed up by the rain of vengeance, which I believe is when you shoot the crossbows up in the sky and all the crossbow arrows drop down on your enemies. And finally, the ultimate is bullet rain, empowers the crossbow shot ability by allowing it to hit multiple enemies with each attack and increasing your movement speed. So that's what we have from the Demon Hunter. Let's move on next to the Monk. Now we have some good details here with the Monk and some good gameplay to fill it as well. The skills are Fist of Thunder, teleport to your enemy's side and deliver a rapid succession of 3 hits. We have Falling Kick, dashing forward, damaging enemies along the way. The skill can bounce off terrain and has 3 charges. The next skill is Seven-Sided Strike, dash rapidly between nearby enemies, dealing damage over 7 different strikes. We have 2 more with no description. One of them is Imprisoned Fists and Exploding Palm. Following up from that, we have Wave Strike. Fire a wave of energy to repel enemies. When it reaches its endpoint, it will explode and inflict damage on enemies within range. We have Eye of the Storm, a mythical force that pulls the enemies towards you. And finally, the ultimate, and in that, it's called the Lightning Flux. Empowers the Fists of Thunder ability by allowing you to teleport to new targets and generating a thunderstorm wherever an enemy is defeated. And now we're going to talk about the skills of the Wizard. Remember guys, all of these heroes have been featured on my channel before, looking in depth at gameplay from each and every one of them. If you've missed those videos, make sure you come back to the channel and check them out so you can see 20 minutes of footage from each of the heroes we've been discussing so far today. But back onto the Wizard. The first skill is Electrocute. Lightning jumps from your fingertips, hitting up to 3 enemies. We have Arcane Wind, knock back and deal damage to enemies, deal extra damage to burning enemies. That's excellent, I like that. We have Meteor, summon a meteor to a target location, damaging, dazing, and burning enemies in its radius. Now we have 2 more that don't have a description but a name. We have the Ray of Frost and we have Ice Crystal. Next we have Teleport forward. We have 3 charges of that teleport. Lightning Nova is up next. Hurl lightning orbs, which will return to you later. Each orb deals damage when it passes through the enemies. And lastly, the most beautiful, Full Power Ultimate. Empowers the Electrocute ability by increasing the number of targets the electricity can bounce to and allowing you to continue movement while attacking. I love that you can continue the movement and do that brutal ultimate. Man, I can't wait to play this game, but we have 1 more to talk about that has been the hardest to find. The one that everyone's asking about and the one that is really hidden in this entire story of Diablo Immortal, talking about the Necromancer. The Necromancer is hidden so well within Diablo Immortal that I am not able to find footage anywhere. If any of you can find me footage from the Necromancer, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to mention you in the video where I feature that footage. But we have 4 skills known right now for the Necromancer. The first one being Command Skeletons. Next up, we have Corpse Lance. Now it's worth noting, guys, that we don't have many details about these either, just names of the skills, which means we're gonna have to do some speculation, try and figure it out for ourselves. Next up is Skeletal Spikes. And lastly, we have the Unknown Ultimate, empowers the basic attack ability. So my friends, the skills have been defined. You've been given a little bit of lore, but I'm telling you there is still so much secret to this game, which is going to make it so exciting when it finally does release. We're finishing off with the trailer from Diablo Immortal, which you have probably seen, but if you haven't, well, you definitely should check it out in full. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and why don't you let me know down below which of the heroes is your favorite? Which one do you think you're gonna play first when you do download finally Diablo Immortal? For me, it's most likely gonna be the monk, but you probably already know that because you've been here before in my other videos, because you're subscribed to the channel and you know exactly my thoughts on all of the classes inside of the game. But I don't know yours, and that's why you go down below and you let me know your thoughts. Now, also worth noting, guys, I do have a section within my Discord server. All of these links are linked down below, by the way, where we can talk more about Diablo Immortal. If you have ideas that you want me to cover in a video, that is the place to do it. Do it in the comments, but also come to my Discord server where we can talk in a direct chat and plan out content, because we have no game. It's difficult to make content with no game, and I am trying to be as creative as possible. If you have any creative thoughts and you want to share them with me, come on through the Discord and hit me up. We can definitely talk about that within the Diablo thread. I hope you enjoyed today's video and it brought a little bit more excitement to Diablo Immortal. I mean, we're hearing that it's going to be coming out mid-year this summer, maybe June. That's pretty exciting for an alpha or a beta to come through. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to feel it in my hands and share all of that with you guys. But we're out of here for today, guys. If you've missed any of my class videos where I've broken down 4 of the different classes, make sure you check them out. I'll be showing them in the description of this video and probably linking them throughout in the cards above. But we're out of here for today. Make sure you check out this video before you go. Remember, guys, always be safe and be good.